I'm starting a new series, lads. One that I have to cut out all of the waffle for. I know you guys love when I over-explain everything at the start of every video so nobody can be mean to me. This is 100 facts about Littlest Pet Shop. I'm going back to my roots. This is the kind of stuff I did when I first started this channel. Unfortunately, they've been lost to time, aka I deleted them, but I did find one.
My favourite Pokemon. It's cool, cute and strong all at the same time. Ferret is capable of learning loads of TMs and HM moves, making it very useful to have on your team. Ferret is very cheerful and incredibly friendly.
A certified banger of a video, if I do say so myself. Anyway, let's get on to the facts. Bye bye, I'll miss you guys. Littlest Pet Shop was first released in 1992 by the toy company Kenner, and they look pretty different to the LPS we know and love today. Littlest Pet Shop has had 10 different logos in its lifetime. 3 in the first generation, 3 in the second generation, 2 in the third generation, 1 in the 6th generation with a few variations, and 1 for the 7th generation. Whilst the text in the logos would stay the same, the accompanying pet would sometimes change. The Hasbro reboot Generation 2, arguably the most iconic generation, was released in 2004. The first Generation 2 LPS release was this Chihuahua who looks absolutely stoned out of his mind. This was the only time this Chihuahua mold was used, and future Chihuahuas look like this or this. Generation 3 of Littlest Pet Shop was released in 2012. These toys took on a more stylised and expressive look, and they were widely hated within the LPS fanbase, with people using the hashtag #BringBackTheOldLPS to protest. Littlest Pet Shop has had many crossovers with the 1972 Blythe doll line, also owned by Kenner. Gen 2 saw a Blythe Loves Littlest Pet Shop series that came with a kind of creepy doll. Blythe is also the main character of the 2012 TV show and the Gen 2 animated webisodes. Littlest Pet Shop has had many spin-off games in its lifetime, including a Wii game, 10 DS games, 2 mobile apps, and 2 online virtual worlds. Many Gen 2 pets only ever had one pet made of their mould, including the kiwi, the bulldog, the baboon, the rooster, the chameleon, the Highland cow, the sheepdog with its eyes covered, this hamster we all have like 20 of for some reason, and many more. Notably, Gen 7 of LPS uses a lot of these molds pretty frequently. Gen 7 of Littlest Pet Shop was released in 2024, and after over 10 years of LPS being produced that the community absolutely hated, they started making Gen 2 style pets again. Littlest Pet Shop has had multiple animated series, with the first being in 1995 to go with Generation 1. Then in 2011 came the Littlest Pet Shop Presents series of webisodes. In 2012, a Littlest Pet Shop TV show released, which ran until 2016 and had 4 seasons. And to go with Generation 6, there were the A World of Our Own animations, which were about 10 minutes per episode. Between 2009 and 2015, 11 mail-order LPS were released, with the first being this koala. To get these pets, you'd have to collect 6 stickers and mail them off. You could get these stickers in the LPS Collector's Diaries, as well as select sets. Also, these stickers make banger profile pictures, just in case you've been wanting a new one. Teeniest Tiniest Pet Shops, later renamed Teensies, are mini versions of LPS that came with Polly Pocket style compact playsets. My favourite was this pencil case that came with flower paper clips you could plant, and a little roller coaster and a roundabout and a picket fence ruler. I'm kind of obsessed. The Teensies rebrand focused less on playsets in favour of keychains. A few different LPS versions of Monopoly were released with pets as playing pieces, some of which were exclusive. Other LPS board game releases include Puzzles, the very creatively named Littlest Pet Shop game, Hideaway Haven, and Guess Who. There have been multiple LPS advent calendars released, including the 2008 and 2009 ones with these sad little pets just stuck staring through a window. There was a Gen 7 one released in 2024, which created a bunch of scams and a ton of people ended up with fakes. And plenty more throughout the years and throughout the generations. The most sought after officially released Littlest Pet Shop is the Comic-Con cat. It was released in 2009 alongside a matching hippo and was only available at San Diego Comic-Con. It can sell for up to $1,000 with the original packaging, and it's commonly considered the rarest pet. However, the actual rarest officially released pet is the licensing show turtle from 2007, which was only available at the Licensing International Expo, where it was given out for free to certain members of manufacturing companies. On the very rare occasion that it does come up for sale, it goes for similar prices as the Comic-Con cat. If you want to talk rarer than that, look no further than prototype pets. These pets were never officially released, making them very hard to come by, but they're often pre-production designs of officially released pets and look very similar. The most iconic prototype pet is this bull terrier with a superhero mask. These pets can sell for thousands or can actually be really cheap. Within the Littlest pet shop community, the most sought after moulds are referred to as the main 5. Popularised by the YouTube series LPS Popular, short-hair cats, Cocker Spaniels, Great Danes, Collies and Dachshunds often sell for anywhere between $20 and $200, sometimes more. Despite this, most of them aren't particularly rare, and you can find them cheap with a bit of luck, patience and exploitation of clueless mothers on Facebook getting rid of their kids' old toys. Littlest Pet Shop has 7 generations in total. The 1992 kennel line I've mentioned before, the iconic Generation 2, the widely hated Generation 3, Generations 4 and 5 based on the 2012 TV show, whatever Generation 6 was, and Generation 7, the basic fun reboot of Gen 2. Generation 2 has about 3,000 pets in total. LPS have released certain pets for promotional campaigns, which end up being fairly rare and sought after. Recently we've had the Gen 7 French exclusive dubbed the Buttercat, which came free with any LPS purchase. There was also a Gen 5 pet called Stella Commodore, which was given out for free at the Toys R Us pet swaps. There was an LPS line known as Magic Motion Pets with gimmicks including being able to walk, lick, or creepily look back and forth. These pets aren't particularly popular and can usually be found pretty cheap. The Little Love & Play set house was released 3 different times in blue, green and purple. The blue and green sets were magnetic, but the purple set removed this feature. It's quite common to find fakes being made of Littlest pet shops which have been given names within the community. The first type are rubber ducky fakes, which are obvious fakes made with very cheap plastic and also allegedly toxic chemicals in some cases. They can be found in bootleg advent calendars, like I mentioned before, as well as in dollar store rip-off sets like Lovely Pet Show and Q-Shaped Puppy Club. Then there's Romanian fakes, which are slightly higher quality than rubber ducky fakes, and have patterns similar to deco pets. They're well liked within the LPS community, and some people even collect them. And lastly, there are fakes that are replicas of authentic pets, usually main 5s, intended as an alternative for people who can't afford authentic pets. Some of these are near perfect replicas and others not so much. Other pets that have become high in value are country exclusives. These are LPS that are only sold in specific countries or are exclusive to certain shops which also happen to only be in certain countries. Looking at you, America. Some of the most popular country exclusives are the Australian bonus pets released with the biggest Littlest pet shop playset, especially the Cocker Spaniel. Tomy released a few sets of toys in gacha machines, including dangler charms and figures. My favourite was the Circle of Friends set with pets on these green bases that connected together. I had a few of these as a kid. On the opposite end to Teensies, there was a line of jumbo pets known as Deco Pets. Some of these came with felt pens and stickers for you to decorate them with, which means it's really hard to come across deco pets without any pen stains. Around the end of Gen 2 and the start of Gen 3, there was an LPS spin-off line known as Fairies. Unlike previous toys, fairies weren't existing animals, but their own abstract creatures. Some sets came with dragons, which are still super popular today. This line also had a roller coaster playset, and there are LPS fairies in the style of both Gen 2 and Gen 3. In the LPS TV show, Blythe has a different outfit every single episode. The last G2 set ever released was the Mummy and Baby Panda set. Zoe the dog from the TV show's breed is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. LPS had a short-lived run as a Webkinz-style virtual world. Littlest Pet Shop plush toys were sold that came with codes to play as them on the online game VIPs, aka Virtual Interactive Pets. This game lasted from 2007 to 2009 before being replaced by LPS Online, aka LPSO. You could buy LPS figures of characters in the game with pun names, my favourite being Greg. I have a few of these. I got them crazy cheap, but that's probably because they smell like cigarette smoke and ass cheeks. The LPSO pets are some of the only Gen 2 pets with proper names. LPSO shut down after just 2 years in 2011 for unknown reasons. In 2008, a series of extreme Littlest pet shops were released. They were heavily stylised and based on certain fashion styles. There were 9 pets in total, 3 punkiest pets, 3 MOD pets, and 3 grooviest pets. Hasbro made the interesting decision at one point to stamp on the eyes instead of having them moulded onto the head. These are obviously pretty unpopular. Some of them look okay, some of them look awful, but all of them sell for pretty cheap, so they're a good option if you're looking for LPS on a budget. These are usually dubbed sticker eye pets. Colgate once released Littlest Pet Shop toothpaste and a toothbrush. Many LPS promotional images and checklists show pets that don't actually exist. For example, Savannah Reed is shown with a white muzzle, and we were also robbed of a tuxedo short hair. Heartbreaking. Along those same lines, a lot of Littlest pet shops used on packaging never had an official release, like this brown cat. McDonald's released multiple sets of LPS Happy Meal toys, which were usually attached to these huge plastic bases that nobody liked. LPS released a plug-and-play game called Biggest Adventure, which came with an exclusive owl. In the game you can adopt pets, take care of them, and play minigames. Kenner LPS had a few collab play sets with SeaWorld. Fitting considering, Littlest. The shape of the eye shine in a pet's eyes determine their personality. For example, the friendliest pets have heart-shaped eye shines and chillest pets have snowflake eye shines. Gen 2 LPS were originally made with magnets on their feet to attach to playsets and accessories. However, this was later replaced by holes in their feet. Some infamous sets of bootleg LPS include Lovely Pet Show, Q-Shaped Puppy Club, Pet Society, and yes, they did just steal the logo from the game Pet Society. I'll make a video on that one day. Such a banger game. Lively Super Pet, Lovely Pet Park, and Wizard Dog. Not as good as My Little Pony bootlegs, but it's still something. Sophie GTV was 16 years old when she started LPS Popular. Zuru Mini Brands made a mini of a Littlest Pet Shop boat, as well as loads of mini blister packs with 1 pet in them each. I'd love to buy one of these and cut the pet out and free it. When the Littlest Pet Shop TV show first came out, they did a collab bumper with My Little Pony on the Hub network.
Hey ponies, check out my impression of Rainbow Dash. Hi, I'm Rainbow Dash. Nice try, Blade. That doesn't sound anything like me.
Generation 7, the current generation of Littlest Pet Shop, has a Roblox game where you can enter the codes that come with G7 pets to play with them in-game. It's not quite the replacement for LPSO we all wanted. On the back of the Dynadash G7 box, there's a laptop showing a thumbnail of a video by the YouTuber LPS Honey. Gen 3 had a series of blind bag pets using Gen 2 molds, but their eyes are painted in the G3 style. It's an interesting combination, but they're actually kind of popular. Fact 50, we're halfway there. There were a few Littlest Pet Shops released with glass eyes as opposed to the usual painted on eyes. Postcard pets were a series of stylised LPS with really cool patterns. Each pet came with a postcard of the pet somewhere in the world with their real animal counterpart to match the world travel theme. These are some of my favourite pets ever made, and the Persian cat is probably my favourite LPS of all time. Standard LPS still come in a pretty big range of sizes. Mice and hamsters are some of the smallest, and Great Danes, lions and Highland cows are some of the biggest. I can't find anywhere which ones are like the number 1 biggest and smallest. If anyone knows, please tell me, because this is stressing me out. Despite the fact that Gen 7 uses Gen 2 molds, there are rumours that some molds have been lost and remade, including the short hair cat, which now has a different face shape and longer neck. Probably one of the most cursed pieces of official LPS merch are Rollaroos, where you could pop their heads out of their bodies and mix and match them with other pets. The Littlest Pet Shop mobile app features lots of pets in-game that don't exist as actual figures, which kind of sucks because some of these would be gorgeous as proper pets. Gen 2 had 65 different dog molds total, 66 if you count the fox and 67 if you count the French Bulldog released in G7. And Gen 2 has 24 cat molds total, 26 if you count the cheetah and lion, and 27 if you count the Scottish Fold cat released in G7. The Little Lovin' Playhouse has a fish pet permanently stuck inside it. I feel so bad for this poor fish. Whilst Gen 2 pets had bobbleheads, Gen 3 swapped this out for a ball joint and it was hella easy to just pop their heads off. There's a G7 Timberwolf with the LPS logo on it a whole 3 times, one on each side of the tail and one on the back of the head. Most pets just had the logo once. Fox News anchor Harris Faulkner tried to sue Hasbro over a Littlest Pet Shop hamster that happened to share her name and lost. I have a full video about this if you're interested. Gen 7 pets come with a collectible card each, and the card for this pink wolf cat has a Shutterstock watermark in the background. Gen 4 and 5 of Littlest Pet Shop came with tiny accessories known as deco bits that you pop into holes on the pet, which means if you want the pet without any accessories, it'll just be covered in tiny holes. Kinda freaky. In Generation 7, each pet has what is known as a personality mark, markings in certain shapes that represent their personalities. Some of these are incorporated really well, like the pink wolf cat I mentioned earlier has a star next to the hair tuft sculpted onto the mould, so it looks like a shooting star, and others weren't done so well. For example, on this Maltese, they made the personality mark almost the same colour as the hair to try and hide it because I guess they couldn't think of anything. These little bugs that come as accessories with some pets are usually referred to as crickets within the fanbase, but they're actually caterpillars. Certain G2 pets have no number, some numbers are skipped, and in some cases, two pets share the same number. G3 Littlest Pet Shops came with collectible cards known as tokens, which could be scanned into the Gameloft mobile app. Or if you're like me, you can just look up pictures of the tokens and scan them without actually buying the toys. The series of squishy toys known as Mash'ems, or Fash'ems for the more girly franchises they made toys for. I guess girls can't mash or something. Anyway, they made Littlest Pet Shop Fash'ems. I can't say I remember these two characters. Littlest Pet Shop released a few different sets of Valentine's Day themed pets. They came in heart-shaped packs, and each pet came with a tag around its neck that says "Be My Valentine." One pet for all 4 of your side chicks, how cute. Along the same lines, there were Littlest Pet Shops released inside of Easter eggs. In 2006 and 2007, Littlest Pet Shop released Tamagotchi-style virtual pet keychains. They made a keychain for, wait for it, a bird, a bunny, a butterfly, a calico cat, a short-hair cat, a bulldog, a corgi, a Dalmatian, a husky, a Labrador, a duck, a frog, a hamster, a horse, an iguana, a monkey, a mouse, a pig, and a turtle. They're actually pretty in-depth for a Tamagotchi game and have about 30 mini-games to play. Some sets also came with a bonus pet. Pet Triplets were an LPS line featuring 3 pets in a set. They were all the same species but had their own unique moulds. Most of these moulds were never used again and were completely unique to the Pet Triplets line, however G7 has started using some of them. At HasCon 2017, a convention themed around Hasbro, a plain white corgi pet was given out and people were encouraged to paint and decorate them in an area called the Littlest Pet Shop Designer Den. In the 2012 LPS TV show, the character Pepper was originally going to be named Jasmine, and her middle name is Mildred. Zoe was originally going to be called Lady Rara, Minka was going to be named Margot, Vinny was going to be named Tony, Penny was going to be named Lolly, and Russell was going to be named Winston, Randall, or Sonic, but Sega threatened legal action for that last name. Gen 4 released a few sets known as Surprise Families, which feature families of pets with an extra pet of a different species, including a panda family with a rabbit, a dog family with a panda, squirrels with a cat, cats with a squirrel, etc. Adoption is rife in the Littlest Pet Shop world, I guess. The LPS TV show had a ton of songs, which were bangers by the way. However, they were only released on Spotify and other streaming platforms in late 2024 and early 2025. In the same ballpark, there's someone on Spotify making AI-generated music for pets and adding Littlest Pet Shop as a collaborator, so half the LPS discography is just AI slop like Strings Calm Friend and Strings Relax Furry. The concept art for the TV show characters show the pets that we used alongside a yellow cat which never made it into the show, at least that I'm aware of. Blythe was voiced by Ashley Ball in the 2012 show, who also voices Rainbow Dash and Applejack in My Little Pony. There are 2 pets who share the number 316, a dragonfly and a turtle. Same goes for the number 315, shared by a flocked black Scotty and a seahorse. The toy line Teeny Weeny Families, or Teeny Little Families, was originally released as a Kenner LPS spin-off going by Littlest Pet Shop Mini Surprise Families. I used to collect these as a kid and I had no idea. In Singapore, LPS collaborated with Marigold Jelly and Pudding, and you would receive a free pet for every 2 packs of jelly or pudding you bought. Animal rights group PETA, animal rights in quotation marks, they've done some pretty questionable things, wrote Littlest Pet Shop a letter telling them to change their name to Littlest Animal Shelter to encourage adoption. The artist Prescott Nathan Hill, the artist behind the packaging of Generation 2 from 2004 to 2006, released an art book called The Art of Littlest Pet Shop showing his illustrations. Generation 7 pets are made in two different factories known as KX and ES, meaning the pets have some slight differences based on which factory they were made in. Despite using the old Gen 2 moulds, Gen 7 have come out with some of their own moulds in a similar style, including the Scottish Fold Cat, the Capybara, the French Bulldog and the Axolotl. Littlest Pet Shop released a few sets of Valentine's Day cards. A personal favourite of mine is Wet n Wild for You Valentine. Imagine getting the You're My Valentine Friend card from your crush. Blythe and Discord from My Little Pony have the same scooter. This is probably just Hasbro reusing assets to save time, but it's still pretty funny. Similarly, in the 2015 episode Littlest Pet Shop of Horrors, Blythe wears a kind of creepy Applejack costume. You can buy packs of seemingly innocent Littlest Pet Shop stickers on AliExpress and Shein, which come with stickers such as MILFs, He's Not Worth It Queen, A-Cab, I Am Anxious, and my personal favourite, Hi, my name is Little Tobacco. Just in case I have to say it, don't buy these kinds of sticker packs, they're completely full of stolen art. Littlest Pet Shop released a few bobblehead plushies known as Huggables. Ironically, they were not particularly huggable at all because they had hard necks to give the bobblehead effect. Still super cute though. Littlest Pet Shop has multiple fan-made events, meets and conventions dedicated to it, with the most popular being LPS Con in Las Vegas. Notably, LPS Con 2024 was very poorly run and had its fair share of DashCon moments. There are some really good videos that go into depth on the situation, so I'd recommend watching some of those. Generation 2 had sets known as Mummy and Babies, which were really popular, but these were actually based on a range of Kenner sets of the same name. And fact number 100, back when pets had magnets in their feet, a few accessories and playsets had magnet-activated mechanisms. Take a shot every time I say Littlest Pet Shop. So anyway, that was 100 facts about Littlest Pet Shop. This was so hard to do, I won't lie. There were so many ideas I had for facts, like which mould has the most pets, or what the biggest and smallest moulds were, or how many moulds there are in total. Yeah, I couldn't find an answer. A lot of these had to be pulled from the deepest depths of Reddit, so I have a feeling I've hashtag spread misinformation somewhere. If you need to correct anything, just comment and I'll add it in the description. I'll probably do 100 facts about either Animal Jam or Moshi Monsters next, but if you want to leave any suggestions in the comments, feel free to. Please subscribe, this was a nightmare. Okay, bye.